Good morning, everyone. My name is Brad Matheny. This is a short little video related to my research and the services that I offer at Ment.com through my expert growth subscription membership. Not only do I provide detailed research every week related to market conditions, trends, and setups, but I have been well ahead of this trend for many, many months. For example, I called the bottom back over here about 3 months before it happened. I called the rally through this phase that no one believed up until around this point where I started warning about a potential top setup. And we got this big, explosive, speculative rally that continued to trend. I called that the SPY must clear 431 to 437 to set up a proper Fibonacci structure, which it did, and rallied a little bit higher up into the 450s, almost 460 area, and then rolled over. I had already protected members' cash in this area, rolling them out of speculation and stocks, moving into this downward trend. And at this point in time, throughout all of this time, I speculated this top would have to happen, and I predicted that this 404 to 393 area would become our ultimate target, which is really right in this area here, this circular ellipse area. But as of where we're at right now, I'm giving you a very clear warning that we have reached my initial support area, which is around the 404, 409 area. I originally targeted the 411 area as moderate support, but the 408, 409 area is really the level right here. You can see 409, well, let me come down to this level, 408.45. So there's our critical line in the sand. We are likely to see a bit of support come out of this move to the downside. I wanted to highlight this for you to show you where we're at, and what we're likely going to see is a bit of a bounce here before we move down into the 400 area, maybe into this 397, 395 area like we have right here. So be aware that longer term, the trend is still going to go lower. It's still going to test that 400 area, let's call it 395 to 400 area. I believe that the 395 to 400 area will act as ultimate support. We will see how it plays out. We are at a point in time where it will likely bounce over the next couple of days. Now, what I wanted to show you was my SPY cycle patterns, and this is something that members get. You're getting a fairly early look at it here. And what we're going to focus on is the downward trending here, long-term explosive and short-term bearish, as well as biasing, daily, weekly biasing, meaning we're now in a bearish daily, weekly biasing, have been since August 8th, I believe it was. So we've been in a downward trend for many months now, indicating that we are getting biasing to the downside. That means the general market's going to want to follow this biasing direction. This updates every day, so this is just carried forward every day going forward because we have no new direction until we get a trading day. So now, where we're at next week is we get a counter trend breakaway pattern. The way you would read this is that we are in a bearish trend, explosive price action, and bearish biasing. A counter trend breakaway would indicate a potential rally breakaway, an upward move that may break away from previous price pattern. So hypothetically, ladies and gentlemen, when we come in here, we take a look at this. This would potentially be a breakaway bar that rallies potentially from a gap up, maybe rallies up into this area. Okay, that would be a breakaway bar, a rally bar. And I'll change that to white so you'll indicate that it's an upward bar. The next day, we get a rally in a carryover mode. Carryover basically means that we are going to carry over or coast into the new day with the previous trend capacity. So if this really does rally upward on Monday and we get this rally on the second day, we will likely see another rally bar. Cloning this just real quick. We will get another maybe rally bar like that. And what we are going to see is we are going to see a potential move to the upside off of this bouncing down here around 408. And again, it's being predicted here by my SPY cycle patterns. Next, we get a trend carryover. Okay, so now a trend expected means that we're going to maybe move back into downward trending and maybe see some sort of a rollover. So what we would expect at this point is maybe a bit of a carryover trend, kind of like this, maybe being kind of an inside bar, kind of like that. And now understand that I'm predicting what I think is going to happen. Looks like I got two of them there. What I think is going to happen, and trying to give you an idea of what to expect. So we get kind of a moderate rally, a bigger rally with a new high, and then we get a potential carryover, which may establish a new high, may not, may be an inside bar. Then we get the rollover. So then we get the trend inside breakaway, and I believe this is going to move us back into the downward trending mode. So understand that at this point, I would suggest that we are now, I'll copy this. We're going to move back into a downward trending mode in a breakaway, maybe moderately aggressive, and then we are going to move into a secondary downward bar on Friday, kind of something like that. And that's our breakaway here. Now the next week of the 6th, we get a gap up lower top, which is indicating that we'll find resistance and move downward, a gap potential, gap reversal, counter trend, there's our counter trend, and then we get a top. So this indicates that we are going to get downward activity continued through next week. Okay, I got that one right there. I don't want it. I want that. And then eventually we're going to get that little bounce on Thursday, and then we get a continued downward trend on Friday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and this could put us down into the 400 area, breaking into the range that I think we're going to try to find a bottom. And that's the power of these SPY cycle patterns. They are a predictive price trend analysis. I can predict any future price value. In fact, these go all the way out to 2029 in my database. They are great to be able to understand what is coming and what is likely to happen for you to be able to trade intraday on the SPY or other markets. But they are, again, they're about 85% accurate. We have all of this data here with regards to trending and biasing and counter trend. Remember, trend is the continuation of existing trends. Counter trend means it goes against the existing trends. Carryover means it's kind of coasting or continuing the previous 1 or 2 bars trending capacity. So when you see a carryover, it really depends on what happened the day before to determine whether or not we're going to see some sort of upward move or downward move. Same thing here. Carryover breakaway would indicate that we're going to determine what this previous November 2nd day does. But ultimately, this is kind of a pretty good map of what to expect going forward over the next few days. In fact, I'll leave these here and I'll give you a running total. But understand that I just wanted to highlight what is likely to come. A little bit of a rotation here, a little bit of a bounce, gives you a couple of days to maybe trade this rally phase in the SPY. But by the end of the day, Tuesday, I would urge you to start positioning for a broader downside move. And we have potentially one day on the 9th, it looks like, that is going to be a potential upward day, which could be very short-lived. And again, that's what you get over here on the Expert Growth membership. This is the Expert Growth page. It's really only about $48 a month to get all of this access and resource. You get all of my videos, you get all of my research, you get the member updates, the video analysis, the custom index charts, the SPY cycle patterns, which I just showed you, the investor analysis, the gold and metals analysis, and then you also get the MET hot list. This is the TT scanner, ETF hot list, and MET movers hot list. It's a great value overall for what you get and what it'll do to help you stay ahead of the markets. So just wanted to highlight what I'm doing, tell you about it. Come over to ment.com, check it out. There's a 30-day trial for about $35. It's really worth it for you to check it out, especially if you're actively trading and want to protect your capital. Okay, guys, that's it. Talk to you later.